Alrighty Bomber fans, I know the season is yet to start, but it is never too early to think about the trade period. So, today I'm going to highlight the 5 out of contract stars from other clubs that Essendon could pursue, the free agents we should be keeping an eye on. I should say these are all realistic options. I'm not going to have Nat Fyfe and Mark Blixarves down here just because they are the stars of the comp. These are the players with ties to Victoria at other clubs, or players who I think could possibly be tempted by our large salary cap. We start with an unheralded defender, a Crow who is actually in line for the captaincy at his club, Tom Doedee. This really does depend on their captaincy situation. If Doedee is made captain, I doubt he leaves, but Victorian clubs will most certainly come knocking if they think they can lure the consistent key back with a move home. He was drafted from Victoria in 2015, but only cemented his spot in the team a few years later, but since then, he has proved to be one of the certified week-to-week locks for a best 22 position. He's a really great defender. If I had to liken him to anyone on our list, it would be Jake Kelly. He is quite small, but can actually lock down key backs with his footy smarts, a lot better than Jake Kelly can, to be honest. Doedee is headstrong as well. He would be one of the leaders of the club the second he walks through the door, and at 25 he has plenty of time left in his career. I think all 18 clubs would be lucky to have a player like Doedee, but realistically, a guy this devoted to his team is probably going to stay loyal to the Crows. We move to a different area of the ground, up in the forward line, and this particular player's inclusion here really does depend on how our Mosquito fleet fares this season, because I have high hopes for the likes of Jai Menzies, Matt Guelphy and Waller together. If the small forwards are as they were in 2022 though, I would want a certified goal sneak, like Lachie Schultz from the Fremantle Dockers. Lachie Schultz is one of the most underrated small forwards in the comp. His stats aren't anything special, but now that he is built on his body and has hit the prime of his physical state, you can trust him to supply 30 goals at least a season. 30 goals that you can't expect from Guelphy or Menzies or Snelling. Schultz provides pressure like the players I just mentioned, but he is smarts around the big sticks and was Freo's second highest goal scorer last year in a team that finished quite high up the ladder. I really like Schultz as a player, and there was already talks of him going to Hawthorn a couple of years ago, I believe, but now that he is a restricted free agent, I would love for us to pounce. We have more money than Freo at the moment, I think at least, so we could easily outbid them for the crafty forward. I already know a significant amount of you guys will agree with me here. I have seen so many Bomber fans post about Ben McKay being the missing puzzle piece. He is for sure one of the most sought after players, at least from a fan's point of view. Ben McKay is a very, very good defender playing at a very, very bad team. I think the main reason for luring McKay over would be future success, something North cannot justifiably promise him, and to be honest, I doubt we could either. But if we play like we did in 2021, there are no reasons to suggest that McKay couldn't bring us up the ladder even more. It's just proving that we can match our 2021 form that is the issue. I would love McKay at our team. I don't think he would bring us a premiership. I think we are a long way off, but man, it would be good having a pure key back in our side. I don't see us going anywhere with Laverde or Zerk Thatcher down back. I think we need a big key defender who has proven himself against the best of the best, and McKay is that player for me. He is still 25 as well. He would give us an extra 6 years to our team, so this is the one I would most want to happen. A player we should all be familiar with is Jade Gresham. He has torn us apart quite a few times in his career, most recently when he kicked 3 goals from his 28 disposals last season. He is a very, very fine player that has never quite reached his potential, so even though he seems like a saint for life, maybe a change of scenery could benefit the small utility. Maybe he could grow at another club. I don't know if we are a destination club for taking the next step, unfortunately. Jake Stringer is proof of that. We can be hit and miss. Yes, he has been incredible for us at times, but he has never exceeded his all-Australian Bulldog best. I think there are better options for Gresham, but I don't know if those options will have as much money as we do right now. We do have quite a lot of leftover salary cap space, and we will be looking for a big fish in the next few seasons, but I think Gresham is the least likely of these options, and frankly, the least desired as well. And finally, we discuss the GWS key utility, Harry Himmelberg. I rate Himmelberg as a swingman, and we remember how effective Hooker was in the role. Our team was frankly really uncertain and weak around him, but he still managed to pop up for 30 plus goals a season when he was on, and was still solid down back when he was moved there. 2018 specifically, I remember being a horrid year for the guy, having to be shoved in different positions every second week, and it affected his game, but Himmelberg is so solid both down back and up forward. He has a beautiful kick of the footy, he can spark plays or kick goals. I really rate him as a a player. I think he is suited more to the swingman role than Cale Hooker was. And GWS always seem to have salary cap issues, so if we offered him a larger contract, they may not be able to match it, and we would have an easy time bringing him to Victoria. That's if he wants to leave his home. So that is that. Those are 5 free agents we should be watching out for in a quick little video. Let me know what you think, if there are any others I may have missed that you want at the club, and like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more like this.